What was your impression? I did. What was your impression of the Thunder and what you guys will be going against tomorrow?
Both teams, a lot of length, a lot of defensive players in the court, athleticism. It's going to be a game where we got to care about the ball, care about possession of the ball, and just compete to get in the paint and make plays.
How do you feel about, now that you guys are going to be playing this season, especially after how last season ended?
Say it again?
How are your emotions about playing this season now that it's the eve of it, especially after how last season ended?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's past at this point. I mean, I'm ready for a new season, ready to get back to hooping. Excited that training camp.
What do you think? How well do you think the chemistry between you, Ben, Pascal, and Aaron in particular, that kind of starting core has come together? Like, you guys were obviously really effective.
Yeah.
Statistically, what's worked as far as chemistry?
I mean, small size sample size,
yeah.
Small sample size. But I think we're gonna grow that throughout the year. I think we're all in the right mindset to play with each other and try to win.
How much progress do you think you guys have made in figuring out kind of how you have to play without like how you have to get each other's shots, how you have to work together? I mean, how much? It seems like you made a lot of progress figuring out what each of the four.
Say that again?
It seems like you guys made a lot of progress in terms of understanding how to set each other up, basically. With Tyrese and Tom before, knowing how you can help each other. How much progress?
I mean, just doing what we do as a team, playing fast, moving the ball, random actions, movement on the ball and off the ball. I think that's mainly the thing.
Sometimes there's less familiarity with a Western Conference opponent, but you're very now familiar with them. How much do you draw upon the June experiences, and does you learn anything from that you didn't know about maybe specific players on that team?
Yeah, there's a certain feeling when you get out with guys and you get more comfortable, you start knowing guys' tendencies just kind of naturally. But they're a hard-playing group, super deep, really aggressive defensively, really handsy, so definitely have a better feel for them now.
We don't know the matchups and who you'll guard, but like if you're not on Shea and Ben is, what do you tell him and how do you share some of your tips?
Yeah, it's hard to tell somebody how to do it, you kind of just have to feel it out and see for yourself. There's no real answer to the Shea answer. Play hard, make it tough, be a pest.
Season opener, home opener, what are you expecting from fans tomorrow night?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, we're raising the banner. It'll be cool for the city to kind of see us come back and hoop again, so I think the energy's going to be good in there.
Ben Shepherd and Taylor have had to play some point this week with TJ being out and Quentin being out and whatnot. What have you seen from those guys as they've kind of tried to get used to that position?
Yeah, I mean, I think they haven't played much one in the past. It's going to be a learning process. We got a lot of good ones. Me, Tyrese, TJ. They can learn from us, talk to us, but they'll get better. And through experience, as a rookie in this league, it's the only way you're going to get better. Playing on the court, making those mistakes.
Obi, what do you expect tomorrow to feel like after both how last season ended and playing that Thunder team again?
It's going to be fun tomorrow. Obviously, we get to hang a banner. We have a lot of guys who's coming into town. But the goal is to get the win tomorrow, and I feel like everybody understands it. So.
How do you keep that all in one emotion if it's the celebration part of the banner being revealed and all that, but also the team that you guys want to be, maybe more than anything?
Yeah, we're gonna take that moment to celebrate everything we did last year. We did a lot and accomplished a lot last year, and we're super proud of that. And so we're gonna take a couple minutes before the game to admire that, and then get to business after that.
Did you get a chance to watch last night's game? I guess what stood out to you about the Thunder? Certainly, you're coming off of just playing it a lot. What stood out to you?
Yeah, they look good. They look like they only had a couple months off like we did, so they're right back into the action. It felt good having basketball back on. I can't wait to play tomorrow. So.
What's this camp been like, considering all the injuries you guys have had on the second unit?
Yeah.
Like to kind of create some level of chemistry with that group, or just have to be changing around the guys that you're working with all the time?
Yeah, we're learning every day. Like you said, some people went down. New people had to step into other positions. So we're just learning how to play with each other. We're never perfect, but we getting better every single day. And tomorrow's the start of a new season. So we'll see how tomorrow goes.
Obviously, a couple guys have had to play some one over the last couple of days that don't usually. Between Shepherd, Taylor, and those guys. What have you seen from them? What have you had to try to do to kind of help them along?
Yeah, we all trust them stepping into the position. They showed that they can handle that role, and coach feels like they can handle that role as well. And so them stepping in that position, I felt like was pretty good for us. So we'll just see how it turns out in the games.
I know you said that, was it the day after the finals you went down to Miami to work with James?
Yeah. See James over here too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what were those workouts like, and were they maybe a more intense off season than you'd had before?
It wasn't intense at the beginning, just because we just came off 100 and something game season. But we was definitely getting there, getting shots up, playing some ones. We always play ones. Just doing stuff like that. After about a couple of weeks, we started ramping it back up and getting back into it. So James is a great guy. I've been with him every single day this past summer, and we worked a lot. So
Mean a lot to have him here tomorrow when you are. We're looking back and kind of recognizing that run.
Yeah, most definitely. He definitely belongs to be here, or supposed to be here, because he was a big part of last year's success. So.
How do you anticipate tomorrow feeling, if any, different than any of your season openers, given that you are playing the team you played in the finals last year?
It's fun. I mean, I don't think there's any difference. I think that they're really the last team we played during the playoffs, and then the first team we played for the regular season game. So pretty much excited.
Did it be different for you personally in terms of emotions going into it?
No, I wouldn't say anything different. I just obviously, I feel like our team is pretty hungry about going to the game tomorrow, and I think everybody's pretty excited.
What stood out to you about just watching the Thunder last night? I guess in terms of what they do, you certainly come off with just playing them. But anything they do differently, and what are you expecting about just the time?
I wouldn't say anything differently. I'll just say that they're just more aggressive, But we played this team so many times now that we should be familiar with how they play, and pretty much just got to go into the game and knowing the things that they want us to do, avoid them, and play our way.
You obviously just passed the deadline for a rookie contract extension, I guess, for you.
Why are you smiling, man?
What's that? You smiled first, so I wasn't sure what you were doing there. What's your thoughts on that? Basically, I mean, are you does that bother you in any way, or do you like the idea of kind of having another year to prove yourself and that deep?
I mean, listen, it's not that big of a deal, man. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we would have loved to, but I'm not worried about that, man. I'm not worried about that, man. It's just about going to the game, going to the season. My mind's straight, knowing that I can have a great season. And I can actually be who I've been wanting to be. So, it's no worries for me about no extension.
Anything else?
Bennedict, you mentioned excitement, but just how excited are you to get back on the court in front of the home fans after?
Super excited, man. Super pumped. We have the best fans in the world, so we have a chance to go out there tomorrow as our first game, and just playing like animals. Just going into the game and being relentless, being aggressive. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight, man. I'm so excited for the game tomorrow, but you have a great chance to really start the season the right way.